If you're a fan of all things Power Rangers and Power Rangers related and you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Anyways, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy the video. So Power Ranger Beast Morphers Season 2 continues with Episode 4, Artist Anonymous, and I gotta say, I really liked this episode. This was a nice, wholesome episode to watch. It didn't have a B plot, it mostly focused on Ravi. He was the main focus of attention in this episode, and overall it was a nice episode to watch. It had a nice little message, it had a nice family moment, it had some nice character interactions. This episode was good all around and I had a lot of fun watching it. So let's take it from the top and talk about Power Ranger Beast Morphers Season 2 Episode 4, Artist Anonymous. So the episode opens up with Ravi doing a mural painting in the park or wherever he does it. I think it's the same location they might have done a few of the Smash paintings back in Season 1. Who knows, they've only got so many locations they film in Power Rangers. Most of them are usually the same, just on a different angle. But Ravi's painting a mural, it looks really nice, it's a nice beach setting. He's painting it and then his mum walks in on him as she's on for a jog. She's out jogging, which it's really weird to see Commander Shaw leaving the base or not in the uniform, because usually she's either in the uniform or she's out doing stuff around the base. It's just really weird to see that character out of the base and in a different set of clothing, because she's usually, most of the time we've seen her in Season 1 and this point onwards, she's mostly been in the Grid Battle Force uniform. But it's cool to see her out of the base and doing other stuff. That's really cool to see her not doing Commander stuff. But Ravi runs into his mum and he's like, Ravi's like, there was this guy that was painting and he ran away, I chased him away, he's gone now, oh no. So he's still lying to his mother about the whole painting stuff, and then he goes back to the base, the wash-up, and Ravi is still lying to Nathan, still saying, I got my hands dirty, so I'm washing them. So Ravi's still lying to his friends, and this is where Nate has this really nice interaction with Ravi saying, hey, we're your friends, we accept that you're painting, you don't have to lie to us. Even if it's a little lie or a big lie, you shouldn't be lying to us because we're your friends. So that's sort of the message of the day that they're sending, saying even if a lie is big or small, you shouldn't be lying because it's going to hurt someone you care about. Wink wink, nudge nudge, hinting at what's going to happen later down in the line in the episode. So Ravi's got this painting and everyone's admiring it, and he goes down to see it and tell everyone that he did the painting, or not tell everyone he did the painting, but see everyone admiring his artwork because it got word of the city and everyone's gathering it. It was even worthy to get a news report on it in the Power Ranger universe. That's right, news must be slow in the universe of Power Rangers, so Channel 10 News is covering a mural instead of talking about other stuff. I guess slow news day when monsters aren't attacking the city, who knows. But either way, Ravi goes out to check on the mural and see everyone admiring it. While this is going on, we've got Evil Blaze and Evil Roxy's plan going on right now, and their evil shenanigans this week is creating a monster that can unlock doors and lock things as well. No, it's not Jill Valentine, the master of unlocking, it's a key related monster, and I gotta admit, his powers are really cool because he can lock the Rangers' weapons and make them unusable, which is a really cool concept. That was a really cool concept design for the monster, and I really did like where they were going with it. I kind of wish they could have done more with it throughout the episode and make that the focus, where the Rangers have to fight without their weapons because they locked it. But oh well, it is what it is. Maybe he'll come back as Keytron 2.0 in another episode, who knows. But I feel like they could have done a lot more with that monster instead of making him just a small antagonist. But so Blaze and Roxy's plan is to use that monster to walk right in front of the Grid Battle Force doors by unlocking all the doors. I feel like they've done this plan before. Get a monster and go right through the front door with their special powers, whether it be going underground, overground, or above ground. So they've sort of done this plan before a few times, and once again I will point it out, there is no good Blaze or Roxy in this episode. They're nowhere to be seen, they're nowhere to be mentioned, which I can understand why, because you've got Liana and Kobe doing the whole evil Blaze and Roxy thing, but they could have made an excuse why we haven't seen good Blaze or Roxy in the episodes. I mean, they could have said they went out of town, or there's something they need to do, or they could have went missing. No one knows what happened to them. They haven't even brought them up and mentioned them the slightest, which I don't know, like, they could have done something with them, why these characters have disappeared, or something like that. I know that the evil Blaze and Roxy are the main focus, but you could have made an excuse to say where the good counterparts went if you're focusing on the evil counterparts. Like, I know what's going on behind the scenes, because you'd have to do a lot of wardrobe changes and stuff like that, but it's Power Rangers. You could have made an excuse where the good counterparts have gone, because the bad ones are lurking. But oh well, it is what it is. So Keytron and Ravi fight, and Nathan still show up, which is a really cool fight. I think it's the footage mixed between Sentai and American footage, which is pretty good footage. I really do like it. It was an interesting fight, and the monster gets away in the end because he gets outnumbered and he runs away and is unable to do anything, unfortunately. We then cut to the Crystal Dimension, where you see Mayor Daniels hanging out there, and he says, hey, this body's not going to last long, we need a new plan. And Keytron messed up, and that's where Scrozzle says, hey, you really thought you could actually walk through the front door and do something? So what they decide to do, they decide to use the whole painting scenario to its advantage, and what they do is they turn Keytron with some Morph-X into a French painter, which I really do like the voice that the robot did, because I think the voice of the robot was done by Kelson, and the actor was played by Kelson. It said on the wiki, Kelson Henderson played the French artist, which was a lot of fun, and you can tell that he had a lot of fun doing the French accent. But when the Robotron is getting turned into the artist, he says, oh, I'm going to do an accent, which I thought was a funny ad read, but no, it's Kelson doing a French accent, which was a lot of fun. So Scrozzle's plan is to make some paint that explodes when you press the button. So what Scrozzle has invented is basically the explosive gel from the Batman Arkham games, and it's a really cool concept. I kind of wish it didn't go wasted in this episode, because it was mostly used to set up the whole painting expo, or the painting plot in this episode. So what the bad guys' plan is, they're going to use this artist to paint the walls of Grid Battle Force, and because it's explosive paint, it's going to blow up the walls of Grid Battle Force, allowing the bad guys to sneak in there. So that's their plan. So Mayor Daniels says, hey, I've hired this artist, and he's going to paint the walls for Grid Battle Force. And this is where Ravi confronts the artist, saying, hey, he's not the one that painted the mural that ran away the other day. It was me. And this is where it upsets his mother. They have a heart-to-heart talk, but before they can have a nice wholesome moment where they patch everything up, the bad guys go to throw the explosive paint on the Rangers, but at the last moment they get away, and this is where a cool battle starts, because they shared this battle on the website for everyone to watch, and this is where the fight gets really interesting, because what they do, they block off the weapons, and the Rangers have to use their Morph-X, not their Morph-X power, their animal DNA, and this is where you see cool stuff like Ravi using his gorilla strength. You've got Zoe jumping around the place, Devin using super speed, and Devin looks like he's going to bite the dust by Keytron, where he's getting charged at, and this is where Commander Shaw comes in like a badass. If you haven't seen the clip or haven't watched the episode, she basically shoots Keytron and says, hey, I heard you could use some extra firepower, and she's holding both beast blasters and blast the monster to oblivion. After that, we then get the Megazord battle, which is a very, very interesting Megazord battle, because Scrozzle uses part from Gamatron, which is that big energy shield. I don't know if I talked about it last week, but they basically create a dome that sucks out the Morph-X, and I don't know if this dome thing is Super Sentai related, because we've seen it twice in a row now, and I get the feeling that the Gamatron dome is probably related to whatever they do in the Sentai or something like that, because the footage does change very weirdly when they go inside the dome, so I don't know if this is a Super Sentai related thing or not, but either way, they defeat the monster, and I got a big chuckle out of this, because the Keytron locks up their Megazord and they're unable to use their weapons. So what they do is they jump in the air with the jet boost or whatever they do, and they just crush the monster by jumping down on it. And I was really hoping that's how they destroy it. They would just crush it by dropping down on it, but no, that's how they get the jump on it, by dropping down on it and then blowing it up. And then the world is saved because the monster of the week is destroyed. So after that, we then cut to Ravi and Commander Shaw in a grid battle force, and they have a heart-to-heart moment where Ravi tells his mum that his art and his sketching makes him happy, and he was worried because she didn't approve of the art thing. So then Commander Shaw says, "I'm upset with you, but I'm also upset with myself because I was stopping you from being yourself and making you happy, and because art makes Ravi happy, she's going to approve of it from now on." And the episode ends with them going to the mural, and Ravi writes his signature down on the painting, showing that he did it. And that's where the episode ends. Well, the episode actually ends with a Ben and Betty joke, which was them with Betty stuck on a lamppost, and she jumps down on the trampoline, and she keeps getting stuck back up on the light post. That's where the episode ends at the end. But the whole Ravi and his mother scene was a nice little touch, and yeah, the whole Ravi keeping his art a secret from his mother and his friends is wrapped up, and that storyline is done and dusted now, so Ravi can freely paint without any worries. But overall, this was a fun episode, and I'm glad we wrapped up the whole Ravi thing. I mean, they couldn't keep it going on for the whole season, so I get the feeling in Season 2 we're going to be wrapping up or exploring other plot points, such as the Nate and Zoe secretly dating and stuff like that. I mean, there's bigger stuff going on in Season 2 of Power Ranger Beast Morphers, so they finally got the Season 1 stuff out of the way as we move forward to bigger things throughout the season. So overall, this was a fun episode, and I did enjoy it from start to finish. It didn't feel slow, it didn't feel bogged down. It was a fun episode from start to finish. I've got my small problems with the episode, like the good Blaze and good Roxy missing, but that's probably something behind the scenes and stuff like that, but maybe we'll see him eventually. But either way, this was a fun episode, and I enjoyed it quite a fair bit. I mean, Ravi's a fun character, and I'm glad we can explore more of him. Commander Shaw, I'm glad to see she got some development as well. This was a great episode, and I enjoyed it a lot. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video, end things here, and yeah, that's all I've got to say about the episode. It was a fun episode, and I enjoyed it quite a fair bit. Now, from what I've heard, there's going to be no Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode next week. Episode 5 won't be airing until the 28th of March, from what I've heard, unless stuff will change with everything going on in the world right now. But either way, there will be no Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode 5 next week, unless stuff is to change. Who knows? I'll keep you guys updated if something does happen, but if the episode does not air next week, I'll definitely have a video scheduled to go up in its place. But either way, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, slap a like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Take care of yourself and each other. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night depending on your time zone. Peace out, and thanks for watching. Bye.